country, friend, is this?
This is Illyria, lady.
And what should I do in Illyria? My brother, he is in Elysium. Perchance he is not drowned. What think you, Captain?
It is perchance that you yourself were saved.
Oh, my poor brother! And so perchance may he be.
True, madam, and to comfort you in chance, assure yourself, when after our ship did split with you and those poor numbers, say, hung over our driving boat, I saw your brother, most provident in peril, find himself, courage and hope both teaching him in the practice, to a strong mass that lived upon the sea, or like Ariana the dolphin's back, I saw him unquaked with the waves, so much long as I can see.
For saying so, there's gold. Mine own escape unfoldeth to my hope, whereto thy speech serves for authority the like of him. Knowest thou this country?
Aye, madam, for I was born not 3 hours' travel from this very place.
Who governs here?
A noble duke, and nature has a name.
What is the name?
Orsino.
Orsino! I have heard my father name him. He was a bachelor then.
And so he is now, or was so very late. For about a month ago I went from hence, and 'twas fresh in murmur, as you know what great ones do, the less will prattle of, that he did seek the love of fair Olivia.
What she?
A virtuous maid, the daughter of a count who died some 12 months since. Then leaving her in the protection of his son, her brother, who shortly also died. For whose great love, they say she hath abjured the company and sight of men.
Oh, that I served that lady, and might not be delivered to the world till I'd made mine own occasion mellow what my estate is.
That were hard to compass, for she will admit no kind of suit. No, not Orsino's.
There's a fair behavior in thee, Captain. I prithee, and I'll pay thee bounteously. Conceal me what I am, and be my aid, for such disguise as haply shall become the form of my intent. I'll serve this duke. Thou shalt present me as a servant to him. It may be worth thy pains, for I can sing and speak to him in many sorts of music that will allow me very worth his service. What else mayhap to time I will commit, only shake thou thy silence to my wit.
Be you his servant, and your mute I'll be. When my tongue blabs, let mine eyes not see.
I thank thee. Lead me on.
If music be the food of love, lay on. Give me access of it. That suffering, the appetite may sicken and so die. And straight again, I had a dying fall. Oh, it came over my ears like the sweet sound that breathes upon a bake of violets, stealing and giving over. Enough, no more. 'Tis not so sweet now as 'twas before.
Will you go hunt, my lord?
What, hero?
The hart.
Why should I, the noblest I had? When my eyes did see Olivia first, methought she purged the air of pestilence. In that instant, I was turned into a hawk, and my desires fell like cruel hounds ere since pursued. How now? What news from her?
So please, my lord, I might not be admitted, but from her handmaid do return this answer. The element itself till 7 years he shall not behold her face at ample view, but like the cloisters she will veiled walk, and water once a day her chamber with eye-offending brine.
All this is seasoned, brother's dead love, which he had kept fresh and lasting through sad remembrance.
Oh, she had the heart of a fine friend. To pay this debt which were brother, how would she love when which golden shaft had killed all the flocks of all affections out? That liveth, when liver, brain, and heart. These sovereign cruelties are all filled and supplied with the sweet perfections with one self-king. Away before me to the sweet beds of flowers, the love thoughts lie rich with canopy with bough.
That coffee and drinking will undo you. I heard my Lady Olivia speak of it yesterday, and some foolish knight you brought to be her wooer.
Who, Sir Andrew Gucci?
He.
He's as tall as any man is in Illyria.
What's that to the purpose?
Why, he has $3,000 a year.
I will have but a year in on those dollars. He's a very fool and a prodigal.
Fine that you'll say so. He can play the violin and speaks 3 or 4 languages word for word without book. And he hath all the good gifts of nature.
Ah, he hath indeed. For besides that he's a fool, he's a quarreler. That he hath the gift of a coward to the gift he had from quarreling. It is thought amongst the prudent he would quickly have the gift of a grave.
By my hand, they are scoundrels and subtractors that say so. Who are they?
They that add moreover who's drunk nightly in your company.
With drinking health to my niece. I'll drink to her as long as there's passage in my throat in drinking Illyria. What wench? Here comes Sir Andrew, a goo face.
Sir Toby Bell, down now, Sir Toby Bell.
Sweet Sir Andrew.
Bless you, fair shrew.
And you too, sir.
Accost, Sir Andrew, accost.
What's that?
My niece's chambermaid.
Good Mistress Accost, I desire better acquaintance.
My name is Mary, sir.
Good Mistress Mary Accost.
You mistake, knight. Accost is to front her, board her, woo her, assail her.
By my troth, I would not undertake her in this company. Is that the meaning of accost?
Very well then, gentlemen.
And thou let part so, Sir Andrew, thou mightst never draw a sword again.
And you part so, mistress, I might never draw sword again. Fair lady, do you think you have fools in hand?
Sir, I have none. You find the hand.
Marry, but you shall have. Here's my hand.
Now, sir, thought is free. Bring your hand to the buttery bar and let it drink.
Wherefore, sweetheart, what's your metaphor?
It's dry, sir.
Why, I think so. I'm not such an ass, but I can keep my hand dry. But what's your jest?
A dry jest, sir.
Are you full of them?
I, sir, I have them at my fingers' ends. Mary, I let go. I am barren.
Oh, knight, thou lackest the cup of canary. When have I seen thee so down?
Never in your life, I think, unless you see a cup of canary put me down. Methinks sometimes I have no more wits than a Christian or an ordinary man has, but I am a great eater of beef, and I believe that deserves my wit.
No question.
And I thought that I'd forswear it. Faith, I'll ride home tomorrow, Sir Toby.
Pourquoi, my dear knight?
What is pourquoi? Do or not do? I would I had bestowed that time I have in the tongues in fencing, dancing, and bear baiting. Oh, had I but followed the arts. Faith, I'll home tomorrow. Your niece will not be seen, or if she be, it's 4 to 1, she'll none of me. Orsino himself, here hard by, woos her.
She'll none of Orsino. She'll not match above her degree in years, wit, nor estate. I have heard her swear it.
I'll stay a month longer. I am a fellow, the strangest mind in the world, and delight in mask and revel sometimes altogether.
Art thou good at these kickshaws, knight?
As any man in Illyria, whatsoever he be, under the degrees of my better, and yet I will not compare with an old man.
What is thy excellence in a galliard, knight?
Faith, I can cut a caper.
And I can cut the mutton to it.
And I think I have the back trick as simply strong as any man in Illyria.
Wherefore are these things hid? Wherefore these things occurring before them? Is this a world to hide virtues in? I would have thought by thy excellent constitution of thy leg that it was formed in the star of a galliard.
Aye, 'tis strong. Shall we set about some revels?
Indeed, let me see that caper! Woohoo! I like it. Excellent! Woohoo!
Toward you, Cesario, you are like to be much advanced.
He hath known you but 3 days, and already you are no stranger.
You either fear his humor or my negligence, that you call in question the continuance of his love. Is he inconstant?
No, believe me.
I thank you. Here comes the Count.
Who saw Cesario?
On your attendance, my lord, here.
Stand your while, Luke. sorry, thou'st no less at all. I am unclasped to be bugled, even my secret soul. Therefore, good you, address thy danger unto her, be not denied access. Stand at her doors, to there thy fixed foot shall grow, till thou have eyes.
Sure, my noble lord. If she be so abandoned to her sorrow as it is spoke, she never will admit me.
Be clamorous and leap on silver vows, rather than make an unprofitable return.
Say I do speak with her, my lord. What then?
And unfold the passion of my love. Surprise me with discourse, my dear fate. It shall become thee well to act my woes. She will tend it better in thy youth, rather than a nuncio's of more grave aspect.
I think not so, my lord.
Dear lad, lead it, and prosper well in this, and thou shalt live freely as thy lord, to call his fortunes thine.
I'll do my best to woo your lady. Yet a barful stripe, whoe'er I woo, myself would be his wife.
Either tell me where thou hast been, or my mouth will not open as wide as it bristle may enter as a form of an excuse. My lady will hang thee for being so long absent.
Let her hang me. He that is well hanged in this world needs to fear no colors.
Make that good.
He shall see, not to fear.
A good Lenten answer.
Well, God gives them wisdom that have it, and those that are fools, let them use their talents.
Yet you will be hanged for being so long absent. Or to be turned away. Is that not as good as the hanging to you?
Many a good hanging prevents a bad marriage. And for turning away, let summer bear it out.
No more of that, you fool. Here comes my lady. You were best make your excuse wisely.
Whence it be thy will, put me into good fooling. God bless thee, lady.
Take the fool away.
Did you not hear, fellow? Take away the lady.
Go to, your dry fool. I'll have no more of you. Besides, you grow dishonest.
Too false, madame, that drink and good counsel will amend. Forgive the dry fool drink, then is he not dry? Bid a dishonest man mend himself. If he mends, he is no longer dishonest. If he cannot, let the butcher mend him. The lady may take away the fool, therefore I say again, take her away.
Sir, I bade him take away you.
Misprison in the highest degree. Good lady, give me leave to prove you a fool.
Can you do it?
Dexterously, good lady.
Make your proof.
I must catechize you for it.
Well, sir, for want of other idleness, I'll bide your proof.
Good lady, why mourn'st thou?
Good fool for my brother's death.
I think his soul is in hell.
I know his soul is in heaven, fool.
The more fool to mourn your brother's soul being in heaven. Take away the fool, gentlemen.
What think you of this fool, Malvolio? Doth not bend.
Yes, and shall do so till the pangs of death shake him. Infirmity, that decays the wise, doth ever make the better fool.
God send you, sir, a speedy infirmary for the better increasing of your folly. Sir Toby will be sworn that I am no fox. We would not pass his word for 2 pence, and you are no fool.
How say you to that, Malvolio?
I marvel your ladyship takes delight in such a barren rascal. I saw them put down the other day with an ordinary fool that has no more brain than a stone. Unless you laugh and minister occasion to them, they are gagged. Look you now, he's out of his guard already. I protest I take these wise men that crow so at these set kinds of fools no better than the fool's zanies.
Oh, you are sick of self-love, Malvolio, and taste with a distempered appetite. There is no slander in a loud fool, though he do nothing but rail, nor no rail is the known discreet man, though he do nothing but reprove.
Now Mercury endue thee with leasing, for thou speakest well of fools. Madam, there's at the gate a young gentleman much desire to speak with you.
From Orsino, is it?
I know not, madam, just a fair young man.
Who of my people hold him in delay?
Sir Toby, madam, your uncle.
Fetch him off, I pray you. He speaks nothing but madman. Fie on him. Go you, Malvolio. If it be a suit from Orsino, I am sick or not at home. What you will, dismiss it. Now you see, sir, how your fooling grows old and people dislike it.
Find mine honor half drunk. What is he at the gate, uncle?
A gentleman.
A gentleman? What gentleman?
There's a gentleman here. Oh. Plague, oh, pickle Harry. I'm now sought.
Good Sir Toby. Uncle, how have you come so early to this lethargy?
Lechery? I defy lechery. There's one at the gate.
Ay, Mary, what is he?
Let him be the devil and he will. I care not.
What's a drunken man like, fool?
Like a madman, a fool, and a drowned man. One draught makes him a fool, a second bats him, and a third drowns him.
Go sit to my uncle. If he's in the third degree of drink, he's drowned.
He is but mad yet, and the fool shall look to the madman.
Madam, yon young fellow swears he will speak with you. I told him you were sick. He takes on himself to understand as much, and therefore comes to speak with you. I told him you are asleep. He appears to have foreknowledge of this too, and therefore comes to speak with you. What is to be said to him, lady? He's fortified against any denial.
Tell him he shall not speak with me.
Has been told so, and he says he'll stand at your door like a sheriff's post, and be supporter to the bench, but he'll speak with you.
What kind of man is he?
Why, of mankind.
What manner of man?
A very ill manner. He'll speak with you, will you or no?
Of what personage and years is he?
Not old enough for a man, nor young enough for a boy. As a squash is before 'tis a peace god, or a apple when 'tis almost a cooling. Is with he in standing water between boy and man. He is very well favored and speaks very shrewishly. One would think his mother's milk were scarce out of him.
Let him approach. Call Mariah.
Mariah! My lady calls.
Give me my veil. Come, throw over my face. We shall once more hear from Orsino's embassy. The honorable lady of the house. Which is she? Speak to me. I shall answer for her. Your will? Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. I pray you, tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I would be loath to cast away my speech, for besides that, it is excellently well penned. I have taken great pains to con it. Good beauties, let me sustain no scorn. I am very comfortable, even to the least sinister usage. Whence came you, sir? I can say little more than I've studied, and that question's out of my part. Give me modest assurance, if you be the lady of the house, that I may proceed in my speech. Are you a comedian? No, my profound heart. And yet, by the very fangs of malice, I swear, I'm not that I play. Are you the lady of the house? I am. Speak your office. It alone concerns your ear. I bring no overture of war, no taxation, no homage. I hold the olive in my hand. My words are as full of peace as matter. Yet you began so rudely. What are you? What would you? The rudeness that hath appeared in me have I learned from my entertainment. What I am and what I would are as secret as maidenhead. Your ears, divinity, to any others, profanation. Give us the place alone. We shall hear this divinity. Now, sir, what is your text? Most sweet lady!
A humble doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom. In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method in the first of his heart.
Oh, I've read it. It's heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your text. But we will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir, such a one as I was this present. Is it not well done?
Excellently done, if God did all.
'Tis ingrained, sir, 'twill endure wind and weather.
'Tis beauty truly blent, whose red and white nature's own sweet and cunning hand laid on. Lady, you are the cruelest she alive if you leave these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out divers schedules of my beauty. It shall be inventoried. Every particle and utensil labeled to my will, as item 2 lips indifferent red, item 2 gray eyes with lips to them, item 1 chin, 1 neck, and so forth. Were you sent hither to praise me?
I see you what you are. You are too proud. But if you are the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, such love could be but recompense though you were crowned and on peril of beauty.
How does he love me?
With adorations, fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
Your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. Yet I suppose him virtuous and know him noble, of great estate and fresh and stainless youth, in voices well divulged, learned, free, and valiant, and in the dimension and the shape of nature a gracious person, and yet I cannot love him. Might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you in my master's flame, with such a suffering, such a deadly life, in your denial, I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal cantons of contented love, and sing them loud, even in the dead of night. Halloo your name to the reverberate hills, and make the babbling gossip of the air cry out, Olivia! Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me.
I might do much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman.
Get you to your lord. I cannot love him. Let him send no more. Lest perchance you come to me again. Do. Tell me how he takes it. Here, spend this for me.
I am no feed post, lady. Keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Love make his heart of flint that you shall love, and let your fervor, like my master's, be placed in contempt. Farewell, fair cruelty.
What is your parentage? Above my fortune, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman. I'll be sworn thou art. Thy tongue, thy face, lips, actions, and spirits do give thee frightful blaze, and not too fast. Soft, soft. Less the master or the man. How now? Even so quickly may one catch the plague. Methinks I feel this youth's perfections with an invisible and subtle stealth to creep in at mine eye. Well, let it be. What ho, Malvolio?
Madam, at your service.
Get you to that same peevish messenger, Orsino's man, who left this ring behind him. Would I not tell him all none of it? Desire him not to fly with his lord, I am not for him. If he would come this way again tomorrow, I'd give him reasons for it. Hide thee, Malvolio!
Madam, I will.
I know not what in fear to find. Mine eye too great a flatterer for my mind. Fate
force. Ourselves we do not owe. But what is decreed must be, and be this so.
Will you stay no longer? Nor will you not that I go with you?
By your patience, no. My stars shine darkly over, and the malignancy of my fate might perhaps separate yours. Therefore I shall crave of you your leave, that I may bear my evils alone. It were a bad recompense for your love to lay any of them on you.
Let me know yet whither you are bound.
No, soon, sir. I determined to avoid despair extravagancy. But I perceive you so excellent a touch of modesty that you will not exhort from me what I am willing to keep in. Therefore, try to be manners, or rather to express myself. You must know me then, Antonio. My name is Sebastian. My father was Sebastian de Mezzaline, whom I know you have heard of. He left behind him myself and his sister, both born in an hour. If the heavens had been pleased when we had so ended. But you, sir, altered that. For some hour before you took me from the breach of the sea was my sister drowned.
Alas the day.
A lady, sir. Though it was said she much resembled me, was yet of many accounted beautiful. She is drowned already, sir, in salt water. But I seem to drown her remembrance again with more.
Pardon me, sir, your bad entertainment.
Oh, good, Antonio, forgive me your trouble.
If you will not murder me for my love, let me be your servant.
If you will not undo what you have done, that is, kill him whom you have recovered, desire it not. My bosom is full of piety. So near the manners of my mother that upon the least occasion pour my knife and tell tales of me. Fare ye well at once. I am bound for town. Farewell.
May the gentleness of all the gods go with thee. I have many enemies in this here land, else would I very shortly see thee there. But, come what may, I do adore thee so. The danger shall seem sport, and I will go.
Well, not you! Even now! With the Countess Olivia!
Even now, sir, on a moderate pace I've since arrived but hither.
She returns this ring to you, sir. You might have saved me my pains to have taken it away yourself. She asks, moreover, that you should put your lord into a desperate assurance that she will have none of him. And, one thing more, that you never be so hardy as to come again in his affairs. Unless it be to report your lord's taking and such. Receive it, sir.
She took the ring of me. Oh, none of it.
Come now, you peevishly threw it to her. And her will is, it should be so returned. If it be worth stooping for, there it lies in your eye. If not, be it his that finds it.
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outside have not charmed her. She made good view of me. Indeed, so much that sure methought her eyes had lost her tongue, for she did speak in starts distractedly. She loves me, sure! The cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger. None of my lord's ring. Why, he sent her none. I am the man! If it be so as it is, poor lady, she were better love a dream. Disguise, I see thou art a wickedness where the pregnant enemy does much. How easy is it for the proper false in women's waxen hearts to set their poor Ooh, alas, our frailty is the cause, not we. For such as we are made of, such we be. How will this badge? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him. And she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, ha! Now alas the day. What thriftless sigh shall poor Olivia breathe? O time, thou must untangle this, not I. It is too hard a knot for me to untie.
Sir Andrew, not to be abed after midnight is to be up betimes.
Nay, my troth, I know not, but I know to be up late is to be up late.
False conclusion. I hate it like an unfilled cat. To be up after midnight and to go to bed then is early, so that to go to bed after midnight is to go to bed betimes. Does a life not consist of the four elements?
Faith, so they say, but I think it rather consists of eating and drinking.
Oh, thou art a scholar. Let us then eat and drink. Maria, I say, a stoup of wine.
Here comes the fool in faith.
How now, my hearts? Have you never seen the picture of we three?
Welcome, fool. Now, let's have a catch.
By my troth, the fool has an excellent breast. I had rather than 40 shillings I had such a like, and so sweet a breath to sing as the fool has. In sooth, thou wast a very gracious fool in last night, was very great in faith. I sent thee 6pence for thy mistress. Hadst it?
I did it, Pentecost, for thy gratitude. For Malvolio's nose is no whipstock. My lady has a white hair, and the myrmidons are no battler houses.
Excellent. Why, this is the best fooling when all is done. Now, a song.
There's 6pence for ya.
There's a kestrel for me, too.
Will you have a love song or a song of good life?
A love song. A love song.
I care not for a good life.
Oh, mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, stay and hear your true love's coming. That can sing both high and low. Trip no further, pretty sweeting. Journeys end the lovers meeting. Every wise man's son doth know. What is love? 'Tis not hereafter. Present mirth hath present laughter. What's to come is still unsure. In delay there lies no plenty. So come kiss me, sweet and 20. Youth's a stuff will not endure. Youth's a stuff will not endure.
Mellifluous voice as iron true knight.
A contagious breath.
Very sweet and contagious in faith.
To hear by the nose is dulce in contagion. But shall we make the welkin dance indeed? Shall we rouse the night owl in a catch that will draw 3 souls for one weaver? Shall we do that?
Most certain. Let our catch be, thou knave.
Hold thy peace, thou knave, knight. I shall be constrained in it to call thee knave, knight.
It's not the first time I've constrained one to call me knave. Now come begin. It begins, hold thy peace.
I shall never begin if I hold my peace.
Good in faith, come, begin.
Hold thy peace, thou knave. Hold thy peace, thou knave. Hold thy peace, thou knave. vista, hey. Hold that vista,
Hold that vista, hey. Hold that vista, hey. Hold that vista, hey. Hold that vista, hey.
What a caterwauling do you keep here? If my Lady Olivia had not bid down her steward Malvolio to bid you out of doors, never trust me then.
My ladies of Kintaean, we are politicians. Malvolio's a beggar Ramsey, and three merry men be we. Am I not consanguineous? Am I not of her blood? Dilly Valley lady, the 12th man in Babylon, lady.
Shrew me, the knight's an admirable foolish.
Ah, he does well enough if he's disposed, and so do I do. He does it with better grace, but I do it more.
Oh, the
naturally.
12th day of December. Hey!
More of that.
My masters! Are you mad? What are you? You have no wit, manners, nor honesty, that you gabble like tinkers at this time of night. You make an alehouse of my lady's house, that you squeak out your coiffers catches without mitigation or remorse of voice. Is there no respect of person, place, nor time in you?
Oh, well, we did keep time, sir. In our catches. Snack up.
Sir Toby, I must be around with you. My lady bade me tell you that, though she harbors you her kinsman, she is not an ally to your disorders. If you are willing to take leave of her, and it would please you, she is very willing to bid you farewell.
Farewell, dear heart, since I must needs be gone.
Hey, Sir Toby.
His eyes do show his days are almost done.
Yes, even so.
But I will never die.
Sir Toby, there you lie.
This is much credit to you.
Shall I bid him go?
What and if you do?
Shall I bid him go and spare not?
Oh, no. You dare not.
Out of tune, sir, ye lie. Art thou any more than a steward? Dost thou think because thou art righteous there will be no more cakes and ale? A steward wine, Mariah.
Mistress Mary, if you prize my lady's favor anything more than contempt, you will not make means for this uncivil rule. She shall know of it by this hand.
Go shake your ears!
What is good indeed to drink when a man's hungry? To challenge him in field and break promise and make fool of him.
Do it, knight. I'll write thee a challenge or deliver the indignation by word of mouth.
Sir Toby, please be patient first night. Since the youth of Orsino's was with my lady, she is much out of her quiet. As for Monsieur Malvolio, let me alone with him. If I do not gull him into a neighbor and make a common recreation of him, do not think I have enough wit to lie straight in my bed. I know I can do it.
Possess us. Tell us something of him.
Nary sometimes. He's kind of Puritan.
Oh, when I thought that, I'd beat him like a dog.
What, knight? For being a Puritan? By exquisite reason.
I have no exquisite reason for it, but I have reason good enough.
The devil a Puritan he is. Anything constantly but a time pleaser. An affectioned ass that comes straight without book and utters it by great swords. The best persuaded of himself, as he thinks that all who look on him love him. And on that vice in him will I revenge by notable cause to work.
What wilt thou do?
I will drop in his way some obscure epistle of love, wherein by the shape of his leg, the manner of his complexion, the expression of his eye, forehead, and face, he shall find himself most feelingly personated. I can ride very much like my lady, your niece, on a forgotten matter. We can hardly make distinction of our hand.
Excellent! I smell a device.
I have it in my nose as well.
He shall think by the letters that you shall drop that they are from my niece, and that she's in love with him.
Ah, my purpose is indeed a horse of that color.
And your horse now would be an ass.
As I doubt not.
Oh, it will be admirable.
Sport royal, I warrant you. I will put you two, let the fool make a third. I know my physic will work with him. observe his construction of the letter. And for this night, to bed and dream on this event. Farewell.
Good night, my Amazon queen.
Before me. She's a good witch.
She's a beagle, true bred, and one that adores me. What oh that?
I was adored once too.
Come, I'll go burn some sack. 'Tis too late to go to bed now. Go night, go night.
Listen, boy. However thou shalt love, the sweet pains of it remember. For such as I am all, true love is all, unstained and skittish in all motions else, save in the constant image of the creature that is beloved. Hadst thou like this too?
It gives the very echo to the seat where love is throned.
Thou dost speak masterly. My life upon it. Young Twelfth, thine eye have some favor that it loves, my boy.
A little, by your favor,
What kind of woman is it?
of your complexion,
She's not worth thieving. What years it fit?
about your years, my lord.
Too old, by heaven! Let still the woman takes another than herself. So where's she to him? So she sways the love in a husband's heart. For boy, however we do praise ourselves, our fancy are more giddy and firm, more laundering, wavering, sooner lost than warm than woman's arm.
I think it well, my lord.
Then let thy love be younger than thyself, for thy affection cannot hold the bit. For women's are roses whose fair flower, being once displayed, doth that very hour.
And so they are. Alas, that they are so to die, even when they to perfection grow.
Once more, so sorry. Get thee the same song recruit. Tell him my love more noble than the world. The prize is not quantity of dirty lands, the parts that hath bestowed upon me. Tell him, as I hold Gideon's fortune, but 'tis that miracle queen of gems that nature pranks and attracts my soul.
But if she cannot love you, sir,
I cannot be so answered.
sooth, but you must. Say that some lady, as perhaps there is, hath for your love a great a pang of heart as you have for Olivia. You cannot love her. You tell her so. Must she not then be answered?
There is no woman's eyes can buy the beating of so strong a passion as doth gave my heart. No woman's heart so big to hold so much. Make no care between that and a love woman can bear. And that I owe Olivia.
Aye, but I know
What dost thou know?
too well what love women to men may owe. In faith, they are as true of heart as we. My father had a daughter loved a man. As it might be, perhaps, were I a woman, I should your lordship.
And what's her history?
A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but let concealment, like a worm in the bud, feed on her damask cheek. She pined in thought, and with a green and yellow melancholy, she sat like Patience on a monument, smiling at grief. Was not this love indeed? We men may say more, swear more, but indeed our shows are more than will, for still we prove much in our vows, but little in our love.
But I, thy sister, of her love, my boy.
I am all the daughters of my father's house, and all the brothers too, and yet I know not. Sir, shall I to this lady?
Aye, that's the theme. Haste to this jewel, so my love can give no place, by no delay.
Come thy ways, Fabia.
Nay, I'll come. If I lose a scruple of this sport, let me be boiled to death with melancholy.
Here comes the little villain. How now, my medal of India?
Get ye all three into the box tree. Malvolio's coming down this walk. He has been yonder in the sun practicing behavior to his own shadow this half hour. Observe this for the love of mockery. I know this letter will make a contemplative idiot of him. Close, in the name of jesting. For here comes the trout that must be caught tickling.
'Tis but fortune, all is fortune. Mariah once told me she did affect me, and I have heard herself come thus near, that should she fancy, it would be one of my complexion. Besides, she uses me with a more exalted respect than anyone who serves her. What should I think of?
Here's an overweening rogue.
Oh, peace. Contemplation makes a rare turkey competent. How he jets under his advanced plumes.
Slight, I could beat the rogue.
To be Count Malvolio.
Ah! Rogue!
There is example for it. The Lady of Strachey married the yeoman of the wardrobe.
Eye on him!
Oh, peace. Now he's deeply in. Look how imagination blows him.
Having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state, calling my officers about me, in my branch velvet gown, having come from a daybed where I have left Olivia sleeping,
Fire and brimstone!
and to have the humor of state, and after a demure travel of regard, telling them, I know my place as I would, they should do theirs, to for my kinsman, Toby.
Bolts and shackles!
7 of my people with an obedient start make out for him. I frown the while and perchance wind up my watch or play with some rich jewel. Sir Toby approaches, courtesy there to me.
Shall this fellow live?
Though our silence be drawn from us with cards, yet peace.
I extend my hand thus, quenching my familiar smile with an austere regard of control.
And does Toby not give you a blow of the lips then?
Saying, Coming, Toby! My fortunes, having cast me on your niece, give me this prerogative of speech.
What? What?
You must amend your drunkenness. Out, scab!
Nay, patience, or we break the sinews of our plot.
Besides, you spend the treasure of your time with a foolish knight.
That's me, I warrant you.
One, Sir Andrew.
I knew it was, for many do call me fool.
What employment do we have here?
Now is the woodcock near the gin.
By my life, 'tis my lady's hand. These be her very C's, her U's, and her T's. And thus she makes her great P's. It is, in contempt of question, her hand. To the unknown beloved, this and my good wishes, her very phrases. By her leave, wax, soft, and the impression of her Lucrece, with which she uses to seal. 'Tis my lady. To whom might this be?
This wins him, liver and all.
God knows I love, but who? Lips do not move, no man must know. No man must know what follows the numbers altered. No man must know if this could be thee, Malvolio. I may command where I adore, but silence like Lucrece knife with bloodless stroke my heart doth gore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life.
A fustian riddle.
Excellent wit, say I.
M-O-A-I doth sway my life. Nay, but first, let me see.
What dish, O poison, has she dressed in?
I may command where I adore. Why, she may command me I serve her. She is my lady. This is evident to any formal capacity. And the N, what could that alphabetical position portend? If I could make it resemble something in me. Softly. M-O-A-I.
Oh, I make up that. He's on a cold set now.
M. Malvolio. M. Oh, what?
Did not I say he would work it out? The cur is excellent at faults.
Why, that begins my name. M. But there's no consonancy in the sequel that suffers under probation. A should follow, but O does.
And O shall end, I hope.
And then I comes behind.
I? And you don't mean I behind you. You would see more detraction at your heels than fortunes before you.
M-O-A-I. This simulation is not as the former, and yet, to break it a little, it would matter to me, for each of these letters is in my name. Softly, here follows prose. This falls into thy hands, revolve. By my stars, I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Thy face, open their hands, let thy blood and spirit embrace them, and to inure thyself to what thou art like to be, cast thy humble sloth and appear fresh. Be opposite with the kinsman, surly with servant. Let thy tongue tang with arguments of state. Put thyself into the trick of singularity. She thus advises thee, that sighs for thee. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings, and wished to see thee ever cross-gartered. I say, remember. Go to, thou art made, if thou desirest to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still, fellow of servants, and unworthy to touch fortune's fingers. Farewell, she that would alter services with thee, the fortunate unhappy. Daylight, jump on, discovers not more. This is open. I will be proud. I will read politic authors. I will baffle Sir Bilby. I will be point devise the very man. I will not now let imagination jade me. For every reason excites to this, that my lady loves me. She did commend my yellow stockings of late. She did praise my legs being cross-gartered. And in this, she manifests herself to these habits of her liking and drives me to them with a kind of injunction. I thank my stars, I am happy. I will be proud, strange, in yellow stockings, and cross-gartered, even with the swiftness of putting on. God, my stars be thus praised. Here's yet a postscript. Thou canst not choose but know who I am. If thou entertainest my love, let it appear in thy smilings. Thy smiles become thee well. Therefore, in my presence, still smile, my sweet, I prithee. God, I thank thee. I will do everything that thou wilt have me.
I could marry the wench for this device.
So could I too.
Here comes my noble go-catcher. Wilt thou set thy foot upon my neck?
Or on mine either.
Nay, but say true, does this work upon him?
Like Uncle Vitae on a midwife.
If you wish to see the fruits of this sport, mark his first approach before my lady. He will come to her in yellow stockings, a color she abhors, in cross-gartered, a fashion she detests, and he will do nothing but smile upon her, which will now be so unsuitable to her disposition, addicted to her melancholy as she is, that it will do nothing but turn him into a notable contempt. If you wish to see it, follow me
To the gates of Potter, thy most excellent double of wit.
Oh, make one too.
can't do it. I can't do
I said that to me. That's what I picture. I was like, you never broke.
Tell her.
That's how it was back then. Back then, you picked out your wife at 10, you married her at 12, and then you divorced her by 17.
I mean, it's just one thing after the next. Winter's starting, winter's coming. I have no idea what life was like back then. I mean, I'd love to see how it ends. It's probably no. I think probably. And then intermission 15 minutes, so probably another 45 minutes. Well, it's well, that's the part I really like to go. They recognize that we hear the last play, and now we're never well, there ain't gonna be no more. Their acting is good. I mean, they're very passionate. I can't understand. I can't even say Aaron. Very loud. Putting on his
The drama.
Like Harry Potter.
Oh, you've never seen Harry Potter? It's funny, yeah.
Is anything? No, they have Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was opening night and then we go actually.
All right. I have an appointment at 4. I wasn't going to be able to. Good seeing you
Don't
guys
worry,
now.
I'll record the rest of it, so you can watch it later.
I don't know how you guys knew I was going to end.
Are you now?
Even you. I don't get it.
My legs.
That's a break that I can't do. When he sat through yours, he's like, yeah, I'm going to go back to that school. And he's going What's the failure a love story? Failure a love story. You guys didn't see it? And if you're right, that was the best one I ever saw. The best high school performance I ever read in my whole life. It was a very good show. It was, I've never seen Twelfth. He left. He left after sophomore year.
You would think.
Oh, they are. What? No.
Which is good.
And then like and Sir Roger.
Your mother? It's about 5 years. Yeah. We'll probably already. Yeah. We're like that.
Very excited. That was really bad from the bottom. The drive would have been but it's actually
We'll probably be
just past. Just I went there. Yeah, I went there Friday morning, yesterday morning. I got up and I figured just see how the traffic was and all that. So I left the house at 7:30 to 7:40 and and I had to go slow at one time because there was an ambulance that was coming through and everybody had to make room for me. It's going to be, it's office. It's administrative. I'll be working. Finding that I really enjoy it. I still got to do my, I still got to keep my exercise. I don't really need it right now. So yeah, I'm fairly excited. Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. I've been doing 11 to 7:30.
Yeah, I think so.
Don't get me wrong, it was nice to be able to lay around, but now she bothers me. You know, when I first started doing that, I was like, she would leave me alone. She made me get up and go to Publix in the morning. I'm a forward. What is on your face?
I mean,
Why? Who said she gets no age?
I already knew that
Dinner? And you love him.
He wasn't self-centered.
That was the best one ever.
He did come to self-centered. He did come to self-centered. No. And Cookie wanted to know if you were baking your own birthday cookies. There you go. Okay. Birthday cookies. Well,
Mother said no. No. I gave you permission the other day. I've already made a decision today. I decided that I'm buying a grill today. Yes, but I only get one decision a day. Well, I mean, no, after doing all that, and all that, we have to get a couple things eventually. I don't know, one of those.
we finally got new doors put on. Two doors that I wanted to put. I needed to bring it all the way on the outside. One in the garage.
I saw this picture.
Well, in some ways.
You look like it's just quite a
So we got the park.
And I had to think.
I gotta show you this picture of him. So, Sydney, was he in your room last night? How did he get out of your room? Alright, Aunt Cookie, I'll show you this.
That's fine.
I love
Save thee, friend, and thy music. Dost thou live by it?
No, sir, I live by the church.
Art thou a churchman?
No such matter, sir. I live by the church as I do live in my house. And my house doth stand by the church.
So thou mayst say the king lies by a beggar if a beggar dwell near him. Or the church stand by thy music if thy music stand by the church.
You have said, sir, to see this age. A sentence is but a shuffle glove to a good wit. How quickly the wrong side may be turned outwards.
Nay, that's certain. They that dally nicely with words may quickly make them wanton.
I would therefore my sister had no name, sir.
Why, man?
Why, sir? Her name's a word, and to tally with that word might make my sister wanton. But indeed, words are very rascal since bound to disgrace them.
Thy reason, man?
Trust, sir, I can prove you none without words, and words are grown so false I hope to prove reason with them.
I warrant thou art a married fellow and carest for nothing.
Not so, sir. I do care for something. But in my conscience, sir, I do not care for you. If that be to care for nothing, sir, it would make you invisible.
Are not thou the Lady Olivia's fool?
Nay, Lady Olivia will keep no folly. She will keep no fool, sir, till she be married. And fools are to husbands as pilchards to herrings. The husband's the bigger. I'm a Dutch, indeed, not her fool, but her corrupter of words.
I'll no more with thee. Hold. There's expenses for thee.
Now, God, in this next commodity of hair, set thee a beard.
By my troth, I'll tell thee, I am almost sick for one, though I would not have it grow on my chin. Is thy lady within?
Aye, sir. I will construe on to them whence you come.
Save you, gentlemen.
And you, sir.
D'où vous gare, monsieur?
Et vous aussi, votre serviteur.
I hope, sir, you are, and I'm yours.
Will you encounter the house? My niece is desirous you shall enter if your train would be to her.
I am bound to your niece, sir. I mean, she is the list of my voyage. Most excellent, accomplished lady, the heavens rain odors on you.
Rain odors well.
My matter hath no voice to your own most pregnant and vouchsafed ear.
Odors, pregnant, vouchsafed. I'll get them all three already.
Let the garden door be shut and leave me to my hearing. Give me your hand, sir. My duty, madam, and most humble service.
What is your name?
Cesario is your servant's name, fair princess.
My servant, sir. 'Twas never merry world since lowly feigning was called compliment. Your servant to Orsino, you.
And he is yours, and his must needs be his. Your servant's servant is your servant, madam.
For him I think not on him, for his thoughts would they are blank rather than filled with me.
Madam, I come to wet your gentle thoughts on his behalf.
Oh, by your leave, I pray you, I beg you never speak of him again. But would you undertake another suit? I had rather hear you to solicit that than music from the spheres.
Dear lady,
give me leave, beseech you. I did send, after the last enchantment you did hear, a ring in trace of you. So did I abuse myself, my servants, and I fear me, you. Under your hard construction must I sit to force that on you the shameful cunning which you knew none of yours. What might you think? Have you not set mine honor at the stake, and baited it with all the unmuzzled thoughts that tyrannous hearts can think? To one of your receiving enough is shown. A cypress, not a bosom, hides my heart, so let me hear you speak.
I pity you.
That's a degree to love.
No, not agrees, for 'tis a vulgar proof that very oft we pity enemies.
Why then methinks 'tis time to smile again. How act the poor are to be proud if one should be prey? How much the better to lie before the lion than the wolf. Clock unbraids me with a waste of time. Be not afraid, good youth, I will not have you. Yet, when wit youth has come to harvest, your wife is like to reap a proper man. There lies your way. Due west.
Then westward ho! Grace and good disposition attend your ladyship. You'll nothing, madam, to my lord by me.
Stay, I prithee. Tell me what thou thinkst of me.
that you do think you are not what you are.
If I think so, I think the same of you.
Then think you right. I am not what I am.
I would you were as I would have you be.
Would it be better, madam, than I am? I wish it might, for now I am your fool.
Oh, what a guilt scorn looks beautiful in the contempt and anger of his lip. A murderous guilt shows itself more soon than love that would seem hid. Love's night is new. Cesario, by the roses of the spring, by maidenhood, honor, truth, and everything, I love thee so, that marred all thy pride. Nor wit nor reason can my passion hide. Do not exhort by reasons from this clause, for that I do thou therefore hast no cause, but rather reason thus is reason better. Love sought is good, but given unsought better.
By innocence I swear, and by my youth, I have one heart, one bosom, and one truth, and that no woman has, nor never none, shall mistress be of it, save I alone. And so, adieu, good madam. Nevermore will I my master's tears to you deplore.
Yes, come again, for thou perhaps mayst move that heart, which now adores to like his love.
No, faith, I'll not stay a jot longer.
Thy reason, dear Venom, give thy reason.
You must needs yield your reason, Sir Andrew.
Mary, I saw your niece do more favors for Orsino, serving man, than she has ever bestowed upon me. I saw it in the orchard.
Did she see thee the while, old boy? Tell me that.
As plain as I see you now.
This was a great argument of love in her towards you.
Will you make an ass of me?
I will prove it legitimate, sir, upon oaths of judgment and reason.
And they have been grand jurymen since before Noah was a sailor.
She did show favor to the youth, and your sight only to exasperate you, to awake your dormouse valor, to put fire in your heart and brimstone in your liver. You should have then accosted her, and with some excellent jest, fire new from the mint, you should have banged the youth into dumbness. This was looked for at your hand, and this was balked. The double guilt of this opportunity you let time wash off, and now you are sailed into the north of my lady's opinion, where you will hang like an icicle on a Dutchman's beard. Unless you do redeem it by some laudable attempt of valor or of policy.
And it be any way, it must be with valor, for policy I hate.
Why then, build me thy fortunes upon the basis of valor. Challenge me, Orsino's youth, to fight with him. Hurt him in 11 places. My niece shall take note, and assure thyself there is no love broker in the world can better help with man's commendation with women than a notable report of valor.
There's no way but this, Sir Andrew.
Will either of you bear me a challenge to him?
Go! Write it in martial hand. Be cursed and brief. And no matter how eloquent, as long as it is witty and fun of invention. Taunt him with the license of ink.
Where shall I find you?
We'll call thee at the cubiculo. Go!
This is a dear mannequin to you, Sir Toby.
I have been dear to him, some 2,000 strong or so.
We shall have a rare letter from him, but you'll not deliver it?
Never trust me then, and I beg you, please stir on the youth for an answer. I yet believe oxen and wain ropes could yet held them together. And for a good cheek, if you were to be open, there would be so much blood in his liver as would clog the foot of a flea.
And as opposite the youth bears in his visage no great crest of cruelty.
Look, where the youngest red of 9 comes.
If you desire to laugh yourself into stitches, come with me. Yon Gomavelio has turned heathen, a very renegado. He's wearing yellow stockings!
And cross-gartered.
Most villainously. He does obey every point of the letter that I adopt to betray him. You have not seen a thing such as 'tis. I can hardly forbear hurling things at him. I know my lady will strike him, and if she'll do, he'll take it as a great compliment and smile even more.
Come, bring us where he is.
not by my will have troubled you, but that to make your pleasure of your pains, I will no further chide you. I could not stay behind you. My desire, more sharp than violet steel, did spur me forth, and not all love to see you, though as much as to draw one to a longer voyage. But jealousy, what might befall your travels, being skillless in these parts, which, to a stranger, unguided and unfriended, often prove rough and unhospitable. My willing love, the rather of these arguments of fear, set forth in your pursuit. My kind Antonio, I can no other answer make but thanks and thanks and ever thanks, and oft returns are shuffled off with such uncurrent pay. But, for my worth, as is my conscience firm, you should find better dealing. What's to do? Shall we go see the relics of this town?
Tomorrow, sir. Best first go see to your lodging.
I'm not weary, and 'tis long tonight. I pray you, let us satisfy our eyes with the memorials and the things of fame that to renown this city. Would you pardon me? I have many enemies in this here place, that if I were taken here, it would scarce be answered. Do not then want to open?
It doth not fit me. Hold, sir. Here is my purse. In the south suburbs, at the Elephant, it's best to lodge. I will bespeak our diet while you beguile the time and feed your knowledge with the viewings of this town. There shall you find me.
Why I your purse?
Happily your eye will light upon some toy that you have desired to purchase, and your store, I think, is not for idle market, sir.
I'll be your purse bearer and leave you for an hour.
To the Elephant.
I do remember.
I have sent after him. He says he'll come. How shall I feast and what bestow of him? For youth is bought more often than begged or borrowed. I speak too loud. Where is Malvolio? He is sad and civil, and suits well for a servant of my fortunes. Where is Malvolio?
He's coming, madam, but in a very strange manner. He is surely possessed, madam.
Why, what's the matter? Does he rave?
No, madam, he does nothing but smile. Your ladyship were best to have some guard round you if he were to come, for the man is tainted in his wits.
Go call him hither. For I am as mad as he, if sad and merry madness equal be. How now, Malvolio?
Sweet lady!
Smilest thou but for thee upon a sad occasion?
Sad lady, I could be sad. It does make some obstruction of the blood, this grass gartering. But what of it? If it please the eye of one, it is with me, as the very truth on it. Please what, and please all.
Why, how dost thou, man? What is the matter with thee?
Not black in my mind, though yellow in my legs. It did come to his hands, and commands shall be executed. I think we do know the sweet Roman hand.
Wilt thou go to bed, Malvolio?
To bed, aye, sweetheart, I'll come to thee. God comfort thee!
Why do you smile so and kiss thy hand so oft?
How do you now, Malvolio?
Why, at your request? Yes, nightingale to answer, dogs.
Why you appear in this ridiculous boldness before my lady?
Be not afraid of greatness. 'Twas well writ.
What meanest thou by that, Malvolio?
Some are born great, achieve greatness.
What sayest thou?
The greatness rest upon us. Finger who commended thy Yellowstone. And wish to see thee ever prosper. Go to, thou art made. If not, let me see thee.
Why this very misery of madness?
Madam, the gentleman of Orsino's has returned. I could hardly entreat him back. He attends your ladyship's pleasure.
I'll come to him. Good Maria, let this fellow be looked to. I would not have a miscarriage for half my dowry.
Oh, ho! Do you come near me now? No worse man than Sir Toby to look to me. She sends him to me on purpose, so that I may appear stubborn to him, for she incites me to this in the letter. Cast thy humble sloth, says she, be opposite with the kinsman, thoroughly with servant. I have livened her, but it is God's doing, and God make me thankful. And when she went away now, let this fellow be looked to. Fellow, not Malvolio, nor after my degree, but fellow. Why, everything adheres together.
Which way is he in the name of sanctity and fall the devil of Eldron Little in legion of self-possessed and yet I'll speak with him?
Here he is, here he is.
How is with you, sir? How is with you, man?
Go off, I discard you. Let me enjoy my private. Go off.
Lo, how hollow the fiend speaks within him.
Oh, did I tell you, Sir Toby, my lady prays that you take care of him?
Uh-huh. Does she so?
Peace, peace, we must deal gently. Let me alone with him. How do you, Malvolio? How is with you, man? What man defies the devil consider he's an enemy to mankind?
Do you know what you say?
And you speak ill of the devil, how he takes it apart.
Bring our female wit. Carry his water to the wise woman.
There you are, shallow. My lady will not have further to say.
Oh no, mistress!
Oh, hard.
Prithee, hold thy pace! This is not the way. Do you not see that you move him? Let me alone.
No way but gentleness.
Gently, gently. The fiend is rough and will not be rough.
Why? How now, my macaque? How dost thou chuck? Sir! I bid thee come with me. What man does not come in with cherries?
Get upstairs prayers, Mr. Toby. Get him to pray.
My prayers, mate!
No, I warn you, it won't hear of godliness.
Go hang yourselves all! Your idle, shallow things! I am not of your element! You shall no more hereafter!
If this were played upon the stage, I could condemn this as improbable fiction.
His genius had taken the very infection of the device.
Hey, let the device take air and taint.
Why, we shall make him mad indeed.
Aye, the house will be quieter.
Come, we'll have him in the dark room and bound. My niece is already in belief that he's mad. We shall carry it thus for his penance and our pleasure. We shall do so until our very pastime, tired out of breath, prompts us to have mercy upon him.
Here's the tally. Read it. Want there's vinegar and pepper in it.
It's so saucy.
I warned him. Do but read it.
Give me. Youth, whatsoever thou art but a scurvy fellow.
Good and valiant.
Wonder not, nor admire not in thy mind the reason I call thee, for I'll show no reason for it.
A good note that keeps you from the blow of the law.
Thou comest to the Lady Olivia, and in my sight she uses thee kindly. But thou liest in thy throat. That is not the reason I challenge thee for.
Very brief and too exceeding good sense. Less.
I will waylay thee going home, for if it is thy chance to kill me,
Good.
thou killest me like a rogue and a villain.
Still, you keep all the windy side of the law. Good.
Fare thee well, and God have mercy upon one of our souls. He may have mercy upon mine, but my hope is better. So look to oneself, thy friend, and as thou usest him, thy sworn enemy, Sir Andrew Gucci. If this letter move him not, his lights cannot. I'll give it him.
And you have very fit occasion for it. He is a nowist in commerce of my lady, and will bide by depart.
Go, Sir Andrew, scout me him at the corner of the orchard like a Bombay leaf. When thou seest him, draw, and as thou drawest, swear horribly. Away.
Nay, let me alone for swearing.
Now will I not deliver the letter, for the behavior of the youth puts him to be of good capacity and breeding. His employment between his lord and my niece confirms no less. Therefore, this letter, being so excellently ignorant, will breed no terror in the youth. I'll deliver the challenge by word of mouth, set upon Noguchi a notable report of valor, and drive the youth into most horrible opinion of his skill, strength, fury, and impetuosity. This will so fright them both that they will kill each other by the look, like cockatrices.
Here he comes with your niece. Give them wait till he take leave, and presently after him.
I'll meditate the while upon some horrid message for a challenge.
I have said too much unto a heart of stone, and laid mine honor to unchariot. There's something in me that proves my fault, but
Such a headstrong potent fox it is that it but mocks reproof.
With the same avior that your passion bears goes on my master's grief.
Here, bribe this jewel for me. 'Tis my picture. Refuse it not. It hath no tongue to vex you. I beseech you, come again tomorrow. What shall you ask of me that I'll deny? Not honor saved may upon asking give.
Nothing but this. Your true love for my master.
How with mine honor may I give him that which I have given to you?
I will acquit you.
Well, come again tomorrow. Fare thee well. A fiend like thee might bear my soul to hell.
Gentlemen, God save thee.
And you, sir.
That defense thou hast, betake thee to it. Of what nature the wrongs you have done him, I know not. For thy interceptor, full of despite, bloody as the hunter attends thee at the orchard end. Dismount thy tuck, be ere in preparation, for thy assailant is quick, skillful, and deadly.
You mistake, sir. I am sure no man hath any quarrel to me. My remembrance is very free and clear from any image of offense done to any man.
You'll find it otherwise, I assure you. Therefore, if you hold your life at any price, betake thee to your guard, for thy opposite hath what youth, strength, skill, and wrath can furnish man withal.
Pray you, sir, what is he?
He is knight, dubbed with unhatched rapier. Souls and bodies hath he divorced 3. And his incensement at this time is so implacable that it can only be quenched by pangs of death and sepulchre. Hobnob is his word, give it, or take it.
I am no fighter. I have heard of some kind of men that put quarrels purposely on others to taste their valor. Belike this is a man of that quirk.
Sir, no. This indignation derives itself out of a very competent intrigue. Therefore, if you hold to your life at any price, draw for the supportance of his vow. Meddle you must, that's certain, or forswear to wear iron about you.
This is as uncivil as strange. I beseech you, do me this courteous office as to know of the knight what my offense to him is. It is something of my negligence, nothing of my purpose.
I will do so. Flavia, stay you by this gentleman until my return.
Pray you, do you know of this matter?
I know the knight is incensed against you, even to or murder arbitrament, but nothing of circumstance more.
I beseech you, what manner of man is he?
Nothing of that wonderful promise. To read in by his form, as you are like to find him in his proof of his valor, he is indeed, sir, the most skillful, bloody, and fatal officer you could have found in any part of Illyria. Will you walk towards him? I will make your peace with him if I can.
I shall be much bound to you for it. I am one that had rather go with Sir Priest than Sir Knight. I care not who knows so much of my mettle.
Why, man, he's the very devil. I had passed with him, rapier, scabbard, and all, and he gave me the stunking with such a mortal motion that it's inevitable. And as for the challenge, he answers you as surely as your feet hit the ground they step on.
Poxont, I'll not meddle with him.
Aye, but he will no longer be pacified.
Plague on't, and I thought he had been valiant and so cunning in defense, I'd have seen him damned ere I have challenged him. Let him let the matter slip, and I'll give him my horse.
I'll make the motion. Stand here, make a good showing of yourself. It shall end without the perdition of souls. Mary, I'll ride your horse as well as I ride you. I have this horse and have convinced him to use the devil.
He is as horribly conceited of him, and pants and looks as pale as if a bear were at his heels.
There's no remedy, sir. He will, for his oath's sake, fight with you. Therefore, get you on and give him his desire. He protests he will not hurt you.
Pray God defend me! A little thing would make me tell them how much I lack of a man.
He is grounded as the furious.
Come, Sir Andrew, there's no remedy. He will, for his honor's sake, have one bout with you. He cannot by the duello avoid it. But he has told me, as he is a true knight and a gentleman, he will not hurt you. Come on, do it.
Pray God he keep his oath. I do assure you 'tis against my will.
Put up your sword. If this young gentleman hath
comes an offense, I take the fault on me. If you offend him, I for him defy you.
You, sir? Why? What are you?
One, sir, that for his love does yet do more than you have heard him brag to you, he will.
Nay, if you be an undertaker, I am for you.
Oh, good sir, don't be home. Here come the officers.
I'll be with you anon.
Pray, sir, put your sword up if you please.
Marry, I will, sir. And as for the horse I promised you, I'll be as good as my word.
This is the man.
To thy office!
Antonio, I arrest thee for behalf of the law.
You do mistake me, sir.
No, sir, no, John. We're not your favor well.
Take him away.
I must obey. This comes with seeking you, but there is no remedy. I shall answer it. What will you do now my necessity makes me to ask you for my purse? It grieves me more what I cannot do for you than what befalls myself. You stand amazed, but be of comfort.
Come, sir, away.
I must entreat of you some of that money.
What money, sir? For the fair kindness you have showed me here, in part being prompted by your present trouble, out of my lean and low ability, I'll lend you something. My having is not much. I'll make division of my present with you. Hold, there's half my coffer.
Will you deny me now? Is possible that my deserts can lack persuasion? Do not tempt my misery, lest that it make me so unsound a man as to upbraid you with the kindnesses that I have done for you.
I know of none, nor know I you by voice or any feature. I hate ingratitude more in a man than lying, vainness, babbling, drunkenness, or any taint of vice, whose strong corruption inhabits our frail blood.
Oh, heavens themselves.
Come, sir, I pray you, go.
Let me speak a little. This youth that you see here, I snatched one half out of the jaws of death, relieved him with such sanctity of love, and to his image, which methought did promise most venerable worth, did I devotion. What's that to us? Time goes by. Away! But oh, how violent idol proves his God! Thou hast, Sebastian, done a great feature shame. In nature there is no blemish but the mind. None can be called deformed but the unkind. Virtue is beauty, and the beauteous evil are empty trucks or flourished by the devil. The man goes mad. Away with him.
Come, come, sir.
Lead me on.
Methinks his words do from such passion fly, that he believes himself, so do not I. Prove true, imagination, oh prove true, that I, dear brother, be no tame for you. He names Sebastian. I, my brother, know, yet living in my glass. Even such and so in favor was my brother, and he went still in this fashion, color, ornament, for him I imitate. Oh, if it prove tempests are kind, in salt waves, fresh in love.
Ha! A very dishonest paltry boy, and more a coward than a hare. His dishonesty lies in denying his friend and leaving him in necessity. And for his cowardship, ask Fabia.
A coward, a most devout coward, religious in it.
I'll after him again and beat him.
Do! Cuff him soundly, but never draw thy sword.
And I do not.
Come, let's see the event.
I dare lay any money, 'twill be nothing yet.
Will you make me believe that I am not sent for you?
Go to. Thou art a foolish fellow.
Let me be clear of thee.
Well, hold out to faith. No, I do not know you, nor am I not sent by you, by my lady, to bid you come speak with her. Nor is your name not Master Cesario, nor is this not thy nose neither. Nothing that is so is so.
I prithee, vent thy folly somewhere else. Thou knowest not me.
Vent my folly. Thou hast heard the word of some wise man, now applies to a fool. I prithee, ungird thy strangeness, and tell me what I shall vent to my lady. Shall I vent to her that thou art coming?
I prithee, foolish Greek, depart from me. There's money for thee. If you tarry longer, I shall give worse payment.
by my trough.
Thou hast an open hand.
These wise men who give fools money shall get themselves a good report.
Now, sir, I've made it again. There's there for you.
Well, there's for thee. And there. And there.
Gold, sir, I'll throw your dagger on the house.
Are all the people mad? I will tell my lady straight. I would not pay you in silver coins for 2 pence.
Come on, sir. Oh,
Yes, let him alone. I'll go another big work with him. There's any bond, Ilaria. Whatsoever he be.
Go thy hand.
come, sir. I will not let go. Come, my soldier. You are well flesh. Draw thy sword. Come on.
Free from thee. What wouldst thou now? Thou darest tell me, brother, draw thy sword.
What? What? Nay, may I have an altitude of this Malabar blood of yours.
Hold to me! On thy life I charge thee, hold!
Madam.
Think for the mountains of the barber's chamber matters me to preach out of my sight. Be not offended, dear Cesario. Rid me! Be gone! I prithee, gentle friend, let by wisdom, not by passion sway, in this uncivil and unjust extent against thy peace. Go with me to my house, and hear there how their many fruitless praises ruffian hath botched up, that thou thereby mayst smile at this. Thou shalt not choose but go, not deny. Be true his soul for me. He started one poor heart to find me.
What relishes in this? I'll run to stream. Or else I am mad. Or else this is a dream? I fancy still my sense and left steep. If it be thus to dream, still let me sleep.
Nay, come, I prithee. Wouldst thou be ruled by me?
Out of my will.
Oh, say so and so be!
Fool, I prithee, put on this gown and this beard. Make him think that thou art Sir Thomas the curate.
Well, I will put it on, and I will dissemble myself in it. If I would I were the first ever dissembled in such a gown.
God bless thee, Master Parson.
Buenos dias! As the old hermit of Prague that never saw pen and ink, very wittily said to the niece of King Gorbatuk, that is. So I, being Master Parson, am Master Parson. For what is that? But that! And is. But is.
Who calls there?
Sir Topaz the curate, who comes to visit Malvolio, the lunatic!
Sir Topaz. Sir Topaz. God, Sir Topaz. Go to my lady.
Out, hyperbolical fiend! How thou vexest this man! Dost thou speak nothing but of ladies?
Good Sir Topaz, never was a man so notoriously wrong. Sir Topaz, do not think I am mad. They have laid me here in hideous darkness.
Fie, thou dishonest Satan! I call thee by the most modest of terms, for even I use the devil himself with courtesy. Sayest thou that the house is dark?
And tell Sir Topaz.
Why, half the windows as transparent as barracudos!
I am not mad, Sir Topaz. I say to you, this house is dark.
Madman thou errest! I say there is no darkness but ignorance!
And I say, this house is as dark as ignorance, though ignorance were as dark as hell. And I say never was a man so notoriously abused. I am no more mad than you are.
What's the opinion of Pythagoras concerning wildfowl?
That the soul of our grandam might haply inhabit a bird?
What thinkest thou of his opinion?
I think nobly of the soul, and in no way approve of his opinion.
Fanny
lest thou dispossess the soul of thy grandam. Fare thee well!
Sir Tophis! Sir Tophis! Sir Tophis!
Thou mightest have done this without thy beard and gown. He sees thee not.
To him in thine own voice, and bring me word how thou findest him. I would we were well rid of this knavery. If they may be conveniently delivered, I would he were. For I'm now so far advanced with my niece, I can with no safety pursue the sport of this upshot. Come by and bide at my chamber.
Hey Robin, jolly Robin, tell me how thy lady does. Hey Robin, who calls, huh?
Good fool, as ever thou wilt deserve well by my hand. Help me to some paper, ink, pen, and paper. As I'm a gentleman, I will live to be thankful to thee for it.
Master Malvolio.
Ah, good fool.
Alas, sir, how fell you beside your 5 wits?
Fool, never was a man so notoriously abused. I am as well in my wits, fool, as thou art.
But as well, then you are mad indeed, if you be in no better in your wits than a fool.
Fool, they have propertied me here, keep me in darkness, send ministers to me and do all they can to face me out of my wits.
Advise what you say, the minister is here.
Malvolio! Malvolio! Thy wits the heavens restore! Endeavor thyself to sleep and leave thy vain bibble-babble.
Sir Tophis!
Retain no words with him, good fellow.
I, sir? Not I, sir. God be with you, Sir Tophis.
Mary! Amen.
I will, sir. I will.
I say!
Alas, sir, be patient. What say you, sir? I am sent for speaking to you.
Good fool, help me to some light and paper. I tell thee, I am as well in my wits as any man in Illyria.
Well a day that you were, sir.
By this heck, I am. Some paper, pen, and ink, and convey what I will set down to my lady. It shall advantage thee more than ever bearing a letter did.
I will fetch you to it. But tell me true, are you not mad indeed? Or is you?
I am not. I tell thee truth.
Nay, I'll never believe a madman till I see his brains.
I will fetch you light.
And paper, and ink.
Fool, I'll requite it to the highest degree. I pray thee, be gone.
I am gone, sir, and anon, sir, I'll be with you once again. Adieu, good man Devil.
Adieu.
This is the air. That is the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me. I do feel it and see it. And 'tis wonder that enwraps me thus, yet 'tis not madness. Where's Antonio then? Could not find him at the Elephant. Yet there he was, and there I found his credit that he did range in town to seek me out. His counsel now might do me golden service. Although my soul disputes well by sense, this may be some error. But no madness. Doth this accident and flood of fortune so far exceed all instance, all discourse, to distress mine eyes and wrangle with my reason that persuades me to any other trust but that I am mad? Or else the lady's mad? But if 'twere so, she could not sway her house, command her followers, take and give back affairs in their dispatch with such a smooth, discreet, and stable bearing as I perceive she does. There's something in it that is deceivable. But here the lady comes.
Blame not this haste of mine. If you mean well, plight me the full assurance of your faith, so that my most jealous and too doubtful soul may live at peace. We shall conceal it whiles you're willing and shall come to know what time we will our celebration keep according to my birth. What do you say?
I'll go with you. And having sworn truth, ever will be true.
Then lead the way in heaven so shine, so they may fairly note this act of mine.
Now, as thou lovest me, let me see his letter.
Good Fabio, grant me another request.
Anything.
Do not desire to see this letter.
Belong you to the Lady Olivia, friends?
Aye, sir, we are some of her trappings.
How's thou, my good fellow?
Truly, sir, for the better of my foes and for the worse of my friends.
Just for the contrary, but for thy friend.
Nay, sir, the worse.
How can that be?
Marry, sir, they praise him and make an ass of him.
Now my foes tell me plainly that I am an ass, so that by my foes I profited the knowledge of myself, and by my friends I'm abused, so that conclusions to be as kisses. If you're 4 negatives and you're 2 affirmatives, why for the better of my foes and for the worse of my friends?
Why, this is excellent.
By my troth, sir, no, though it please you to be one of my friends.
Thou shalt be the worst of me. There's gold. Do let your lady know that I'm here to speak with her, and bring her along with you, and may I wait my bounty.
Marry, sir, a lullaby to your bounty till I see you again.
Here comes the man, sir, that did rescue me. He did me kindness and drew on my side, but in conclusion put strange speech upon me. I know not what 'twas, but distraction.
Why hast thou detained this man?
Here in the streets, desperate of shame and stain, and private gravel to be apprehended.
A witchcraft drew me hither. That most ingrateful boy there by your side, from the rude sea's enraged mouth did I redeem. A right past hope he was. His life I gave, and did thereto add my love, without retention or restraint, all in his dedication. For his sake did I expose myself, pure for his love, into the dangers of this adverse town. Drew to defend him when he was beset, where being apprehended, not meaning to partake with me in any danger, taught him to face me out of his acquaintance, and grew 20 years removed at thing while one would wink. Denied me mine own purse, to which I'd recommended to his use not half an hour before.
How can this be?
When came he to this town?
Today, sir, and for 3 months before, no interim, not a minute's vacancy, both day and night did we keep company.
Oh, now here comes Olivia. Now Heaven walks nerve. But for thee, Olivia, thy words are madness. 3 months this truth had tended upon me. For more than enough, take him aside.
What would my lord or what he may not have, where Olivia may seem serviceable? Cesario, you do not keep promise with me.
Madam,
Gracious Olivia.
What do you say, Cesario? Good, my lord?
my lord would speak. My duty hushes me.
If it be aught to the old tune, my lord, is as fat and fulsome to mine ear as howling after music.
Still so cruel.
Still so constant, lord?
What? To perverseness. You uncivil lady. Those ones who prayed an auspicious altar. My soul in faithless offerings hath breathed out that ear devotion tender. What shall I do?
Even when it please my lord, that shall become him.
Why should I not? Kill what I love. A savage jealousy that sometimes savors nobly. But hear ye this. Live ye the marble-breasted tyrant still. For this your minion, whom I know you love, and by heaven I swear I tender dearly. Him and I will tear off the cruel eye, and since crowned in his master's spite. Come, boy, away with me. My thoughts are rightly mischief. I'll sacrifice the lamb what I do love, despite a raven's heart within a dove.
And I, most jocund, apt, and willingly to do you rest, 1,000 deaths would die.
Where goes Cesario?
After him I love, more than I love these eyes, more than my life, more by all mores than e'er I shall love wife. If I do feign, you witnesses above punish my life for tainting of my love. I be detested, how am I beguiled? Who does beguile you? Who does do you wrong?
Hast thou forgot thyself? Is it so long? Call forth the Holy Father!
Come, away.
Whither, my lord Cesario, husband, stay!
Husband.
Aye, husband. Can you that deny?
Her husband, so God.
No, my lord, not I. Alas, it is the baseness of thy fear that makes thee strangle thy propriety. Fear not, Cesario, take thy fortunes up. Be that thou knowest thou art, that thou art as great as that thou fearst.
O thou dissembling cub, what would thou be what time I settle grizzle on dead case, when thy elf so craft so quickly grow? That thine own ship shall be thine overthrown? Farewell, and take her, and direct thy feet, with thine eye henceforth may never meet.
My lord, I do protest.
Oh, do not swear, hold little faith, though thou hast too much fear.
For the love
quite incarnate.
My gentleman, Cesario.
There he is! You broke my head across for nothing, and that I did was set on to do by Sir Toby.
Why do you speak to me? I never hurt you. You drew your sword upon me without cause, but I bespoke you fair and hurt you not.
If a bloody coxcomb be a hurt, you have hurt me. I think you said nothing by a bloody coxcomb. Here comes Sir Toby halting. You would have tickled the other gates if he had not been in drink.
How now, gentlemen? How is it?
That's all one has hurt me, and that's the end on it. Oh, son. Did see the surgeon, son.
Sir Toby, he's drunk. His eyes were set at 8 in the morning.
Then he's a rogue! I hate a drunken rogue!
Away with him! Who has made this habit with them?
Sir Toby, I'll help you, since we'll be dressed together.
Oh! Will you help? An asshead, and a coxcomb, and a knave, a thin-faced knave, a ghoul!
Get into bed and let his hurt be looked to.
I am sorry, madam. I have hurt your kinsman. If it had been the brother of my blood, I must have done no less to put in safety. You smell a strange regard for me, and by that I do perceive it hath offended you. Pardon me, sweet one. But for the vows you made but so late ago.
One face, one voice, one habit, and two persons. A natural perspective, that is and is not.
Antonio? Oh, my dear Antonio, how have the hours reckoned fortune me since I have lost thee?
Sebastian, are you?
Hearest thou that, Antonio?
How have you made division of yourself? An apple cleft in two is no more twin than these two creatures. Which is Sebastian? Most wonderful!
Do I stand there? I never had a brother. Nor can there be that deity in my nature of here and everywhere. I had a sister, whom the blind waves and surges have devoured. Of charity, what kin are you to me? What countryman? What name? What parentage?
Of Messalene, Sebastian was my father. Such a Sebastian was my brother too, so went he suited to his watery tomb. If spirits can assume both form and suit, you come to fright us.
A spirit I am indeed, but am in that dimension grossly clad, with from the womb I did participate. Were you a woman? As the rest goes even, I should my tears let fall upon your cheek and say twice welcome, John Viola.
My father had a mole upon his brow,
And so had mine.
and died that day when Viola from her birth had numbered 13 years.
Oh, that record is lively in my soul. He finished indeed his mortal life that day that made my sister 13 years.
If nothing less to make us happy both, but this my masculine usurped attire, do not embrace me till each circumstance of place, time, fortune do cohere and jump that I am Viola. Which to confirm, I'll bring you to a captain in this town where lie my maiden weeds, by whose gentle help I was preserved to serve this noble count. All the occurrence of my fortune since hath been between this lady and this lord.
So comes it, lady. You have been mistook. And nature to her bias drew in that you would have been contracted to a maid. Nor are you thereby my life deceived. You are betrothed both to a maid and a man.
I'm not amazed by noble's blood. If this so yet, if the last seems true, I shall have share in this most happy wreck. Thou art relieved of thy service. Boy, thou said to me 1,000 times, thou never shouldest love woman like to me.
And all those sayings will I overswear, and those swearings keep us true in soul as doth that forked conduit the fire that severs day from night.
Madam, Malvolio here wrote a letter to you today morning, but after Mad Bandy, pistols are no gospels when spoken, so his skills not much when delivered.
Open it and read it.
Well then, look to me well edified when the fool reads the madman. My lord, madam!
Oh, no, art thou mad?
No, madam, but I do read madness. And if
your ladyship will have it as it is, you must allow Vox.
Read it to you, Fabia.
By the Lord, madam, you wronged me, and the world shall know it. Though you have put me into darkness and given your drunken uncle rule over me, yet I have the benefit of my senses as well as your ladyship. I have your own letter that induced me into the semblance I put on, with the which I doubt not, but to do myself much right, or you much shame. Think of me as you please. I leave my duty a little unthought of, and speak out of my injury. The madly used Malvolio.
Did he write this?
Aye, madam.
Go, bring him hither, Fabia. My lord, so please you these things further thought on, to think me as well as a sister, as a wife. One day shall crown the alliance on it, so please you, here in my house, and at my proper cost.
Madam, I most am to embrace your offer. Your master quits you for the service you've done, so much against the metal of your sex, so far beneath your soft and tender breeding. And since you call me master for so long, here's my hand. You shall from this time be your master's mistress.
A sister you are to me.
Is this the madman?
I, my lord, the same. How dost thou, Malvolio?
Madam, you've done me wrong. Notorious wrong.
Have I, Malvolio? No.
Lady, have. Pray you peruse this letter. You must not now deny it is your hand. Why, you have given me such clear lights of favor, bade me come smiling and cross-guarded to you, to put on yellow stockings and frown at Sir Toby and the lighter people, and acting in an obedient hope. Why have you suffered me to be imprisoned, kept in a dark house, visited by the priest, and made the most notorious Geck and Gull that here invention played on? Tell me why.
Alas, Malvolio, this is not my writing. Though I confess much like the character, without a question, 'tis Mariah's hand. And now I do bethink me, it was she first told me that thou wast mad. Then camest in smiling, and in such form through here, presupposed upon thee in the letter. Prithee, be content. This practice hath most shrewdly passed upon thee. When we know the grounds and offers of it, thou shalt be both the plaintiff and the judge of thine own cause.
Good madam, hear me speak. Most freely I confess, myself and Toby set this advice against Malvolio here, upon some stubborn and uncourteous parts we had conceived against him. Maria read the letter at Sir Toby's great importance, in recompense whereof he hath married her. How with the sport malice it was followed? May rather pluck on laughter than revenge? If that the injuries be justly weighed, that have on both sides passed.
Alas, poor fool! How have they baffled thee?
Why, some were born great, some achieved greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. I was one, sir. One innocent too. One, sir, so fast. Oh, what? By the Lord, fool, I am not mad. But do you remember, good lady, why you laugh at such a barren rascal? And if you smile not, he's gagged. And thus the ruining of time brings in his revenges.
I'll be revenged on the whole pack of you.
He hath been most notoriously abused.
Pursue him and entreat him to a peace. Cesare, come. For you shall be, like you are mad and now that happens to Orsino. Orsino's mistress and his fancy queen.
show, so we will be doing something a little bit extra if you guys would like to stay. Those that have things to do, well, you may go. But those who have hearts, please, join us. We will be doing something called Senior Flowers, which is sending off our final seniors for their final show. So, give us a moment to get ready.
Can you turn the house lights up a little bit?
Just a wee bit.
Yeah, I can see freaks here.
Oh, yeah!
Stairs cut out.
Oh, I see you now. Oh, Charlie. Hey, come on, you got the laces. Let's go. Alright guys, elevator music 2.
Oh my God, you're Lady here.
No, we're not.
The audience is dying.
Do I need to give one? This is for you, Jackie. I have my speech right on my phone, so I'm just gonna take a looky at that. Okay. Jackie, I didn't know you until this year, but working on set with you was so fun and definitely made Naked Mole Rat so much better. So much better. We have what I think is one of my favorite memories that I will remember forever. Hashtag old ladies these days. Even though you're on the quiet side, your personality is so funny, big, and great. You are so independent and sweet and can do anything you set your mind on. I'm going to miss you more than you know. You are an amazing person and can make me smile without doing anything. I will miss you. Please keep eating fried chicken with chopsticks. I love you so much, my little jack-o'-lantern. Yeah. Now you finally know. She only
asked me like 20 times. She was like, I want to know who has me. Lana, when I met you, I thought you were the most beautiful person I've ever met. Watching you this year has made me so happy. You are so talented, inspiring, like a big sister to me. I wish we had more time together before you had to go. I love you with all my heart. You're so special, pretty, and overall amazing. I think I can talk to you, and I feel like I can talk to you about anything and everything. Lana, you're so cool and perfect, and will forever be my favorite person. I will miss you forever. I have Lainey. Okay. Lainey, I think you're super cool and great, and I love you a lot. You've always done so much for the troupe, and you always try to help everyone out, whether it was helping everyone get their lines memorized or making sure that all the blocking was written down. Doing stage managing with you was so fun, and I want to thank you for helping me out when I made mistakes and we both had to face the wrath of Miss Wills together. I'm just kidding, Miss Wills. I love you so much. And you always make sure that everyone is okay, even if you weren't in the best mood yourself. And I'm glad that we both shared the same passion for teching, and we had a lot of hopes for the show, and you were super passionate about this. And it's also because of you that it turned out so great. And I hope that in college you still want to do theater because you're amazing and you're great and I love you.
Oh.
Hi guys. Ha ha ha. Of course I had to get Eric. Love you, Eric. Okay. Hi, family and friends. Let me start off by saying I've never made a speech before, so when I decided to sign up to make this one, I thought it was going to be really easy until I was literally using Google to help me. And although I'm not very good at giving speeches, I am very good at giving my opinion when it's not wanted. So I'm going to keep this speech just like Eric, short and not very funny. Yeah, you will. The first time I saw Eric, he seemed like a really sweet and genuine guy until, he opened his mouth. I spent a good bit of time talking to him and being around him when we were both part of governing Alice. And I always asked people, what is it with that one? They always said, oh, that's just Eric. So I guess everyone at one point wondered what went on in his head. Although I haven't known Eric for long, I have known him enough to see that he could be caring and a great person when he wants to be. He has his jokes, but he knows where to draw the line, and he's a great performer as well. We will miss him and his jokes, but I think most of all, we will all miss having someone to blame everything on. On a serious note, I hope you have tons of fun and happy moments wherever you go when you leave this place. Even if you don't keep in touch with us, I'm sure we will hear about you on the news one day. Something along the lines of Eric Charles, man on the run after burning down half the school. Keep your options open. Whatever you're gonna do, I'm sure it's gonna be interesting. And in honor of the play, so in the word of William Shakespeare, out of my sight, thou dost infect my eyes. Away, you 3-inch fool!
What? I don't know who's giving her the flowers. I also have this song on my phone, guys. Oh, Grace. Where do I even begin? I remember the day I came into theater, and we both had the same energy and humor, and I was like, hey, I like this girl. And I honestly don't know what I'd do without you. You had always been my biggest supporter and encourager. Without you, I don't think I would have made it to where I am now. Literally, because you drive me everywhere. I am also grateful to have you as a mentor, a cast member, but most of all, a friend. I don't know what I'm gonna do without the inside jokes that we laughed at until we peed our pants, or the trips to McDonald's for funsies, or the stupid jokes we make to pass the time. Whenever I'm sad, you're always the one to put a smile back on my face. Whenever I'm down, you always pull me right back up. I can only hope to be like you someday. And Grace, I don't think you give yourself enough credit because you are such a strong young woman who can do anything, and an amazing actress and techie. Even though you try and hide it, you have one of the biggest hearts I know. I can tell you didn't just have an impact on me here, but you had an impact on everyone. You are part of what makes Troop 911 Troop 911. I'm so proud of you for getting into college, but at the same time, I don't want to let you go. I know your adventures will continue, but please don't forget about your #1 fan who will always look up to you, literally. Just know you'll be missed. Just know you'll be missed, from your funny little laugh to your dark humor. All I can say is have fun in college, but not too much fun without me. I love you forever, my little senior. Okay, who is Kaden?
Actually, it's kind of me, kind of sort of me.
Why are you standing in front of me?
My wonderful friend actually had you as their senior, but they have stage fright, so I'm going to read this for them. I have never read this before, so I'm sorry. Hello! So to start, Kaden, I have only known you for a little while, but I can truthfully say one thing, that you are a very, very funny person. I honestly think you're really, really cool. Also, thank you for being such a good Malvolio. I can say without a doubt, I have loved to be your friend sooner. I hope you have the best luck out of high school, Kaden. Best of wishes. Also to say, your Malvolio was absolutely hilarious. You're definitely a person and definitely a funny person. I'm so sorry. I wrote this very fast. So I didn't have a lot of time to write it. If I did, I would have written something a lot better. What? Thank you. You're really cool. That's it. Danny. Hi. So good to see you. Anyways, I'm not done. It would be funny to say I don't like talking in front of the audience, right? Anyways, so you were basically one of the first people I started working with in this, apart from Grace, who I auditioned with. But like, I remember when we first met, and then we mentioned like the whole thing between Antonio and Sebastian, and I was like, you know what? It wasn't an instant click, but it was instant comfort that I knew I was going to be working with someone who I could trust. So, my initial thoughts of you being charming and hilarious and fun still stand. And you know, there's always a chance you can end up with a person you have to deal with every day in rehearsal that you just don't get along with super well, but that wasn't the case here. Not only did you help me with the cues, but you also helped me with my makeup and a lot of other stuff. So I really, really do appreciate you and how patient you've been with me. And even on the days where I was just really tired, because you know, I'm an IB, so I'm really tired, you made me laugh, and I had such a great time with you every single day. I honestly could not have asked for a better Antonio, or honestly a better partner in talking about Lego and joggling between our scenes. Once again, thank you for having the right cue on our scene and being so patient when I would freak out and get the cue wrong. Because like, I kind of did that a lot, and I really appreciate you being there for me. And I just, overall, just thank you for being who you are and for being so unapologetic and just for being such a great person. And I honestly wish you the absolute best. And I want you to know that wherever you may be, I'll be cheering you on from here or from, you know, this tiny little high school you had to deal with for 4 years, right? And I know, wow, cringe, but still, who cares? I'm really happy I had you as a partner that I could hang out with these past few months. Hey, Lissa.
So, I'd just like to say I'm really bad at reading off of a piece of paper. So this is gonna be rough, all right? But I wrote this with my full heart, so try not to cry, because I'll start crying. Thank you for your belief in me, your support, I forgot to give you your flowers, and your friendship. It's a pleasure and a privilege to have worked alongside you with such an amazing individual who understands how to bring out the best in each other. In the middle of all this absolute craziness that is our IB program and these shows, sometimes we rush into things and we lose sight of what makes things so very important to us. Alyssa, we have done so many really fun things together. We spent long hours trying to learn the crazy steps of some ball thing for Cinderella. We got up early in mornings over summer for the Italian ice shop with the really creepy manager. We sang together at a Waffle House while 3 workers frantically tried to prepare our food for an entire cast. So with so many things to be grateful for, this is not a goodbye. Instead, I would like to thank you. You are an amazing individual. And I am going to miss you. You have been part of my journey since I walked into this club on day 1, and I most certainly can't wait for all the fun that we get to continue to have. Thank you, Alyssa. One moment while I check my paper. So, funny thing. Where's Ryan? Come here, bud. We actually have 2 people for the next one, me included. So, okay. You give your speech first, pal, so I can regain myself. Thank you.
Okay, so I didn't actually have time to write any of it down, but I still... Shut up, Eric. Anyway, I still have a pretty good idea of what I want to say. I've only been doing this for around half of the year, so I don't really know you that well. But I do know you're a really cool person. You bring great vibes to Troop 911. The few times I've talked to you outside of school, you're really nice, you're really funny. Although you did bully me a little bit on some occasions. You still made me laugh, and once you leave, I don't know if Troop 911 will ever be the same. Yeah. I know, I'm kind of quivering right now, so I think that's it.
This is gonna be yummy and crunchy, man. I can't even begin to express how disappointed I am that I don't get another year of being able to work alongside you. When I got here as a little itty bitty little freshie bait, I never would have realized how connected I would become to such a warm community of people, never less the amazing friendship I would get to have and to get to be able to grow with you. I have genuinely never met someone that I've had more in common with. You always seem to have such a good quippy. No matter what kind of day I had, you always found a way to cheer me up or insult me that was funny enough that it would work. I know that you're finally happy to run away from my crazy family here at Largo Theater Program, but I hope you cherish the experiences as much as I have cherished being able to share them with you. These are things that I will never forget. They say that this time here, as we're maturing, is one of the most important times of our life. I'm so glad that I could be able to reflect back on these years with you and think about the impact that you've made on my life, Kaylee. I can't wait to grow with you as an individual and I can't wait for you to grow as an individual off in college. And I know you will do so well at looking at dead bodies. I love you. Thank you so much for being your raw, beautiful, wonderful self. And please don't forget to invite me to the college parties. Sorry, you guys gotta deal with me again. My bad. Anyways, so Jasmine. First of all, completely unscripted, but the second you said you liked BTS, I was like, you know what? I know this girl's gonna be the best person on the cast. Not true though. That's an exaggeration. You guys are all amazing. But anyways,
where do I even start? You're like genuinely the sweetest, most patient person, not including Danny. Sorry. And honestly, it really does suck that we didn't have that many scenes together or that much time together, because I really wish I could have gotten to know you better, because you're like the sweetest person. You're like the nicest person ever. But at the same time, I can tell you're you know a lot, and that means you're very sassy, and you ever present. Honestly, again, the best way I could describe you is just comforting, because, you know, I would always see you in the corner getting ready for your scenes, and, like, your scene changes, and I'll be like, oh, okay, everything's gonna be okay because Jasmine is here. You're honestly the best, and honestly, again, we love you so much for you knowing all the transitions and pulling through every single time. And I really do genuinely enjoy talking to you, even if we have spoken limited amount of times. Every time I just have had just a lot of joy talking to you, you know? And just because of the similar music we like, or just the artists we like in general. Honestly, I understand how people change throughout their lives, but I really hope your path is always a good one. I hope you change and grow for the better, and you always find ways to stay true to yourself. And honestly, you're just such a genuine, kind, patient, gentle person, and I wish you the absolute best in the future, honestly.
Hello. Darren.
You're not saying goodbye to me. This is not goodbye. Don't
This
do
is
this to me.
yours.
Don't.
Yes. Can we get a round of applause for Darren for doing the stage? Darren, I am so proud of you for building the stage. This stage would not be the way it is without you. You are such an amazing person for building the stage and making sure everybody doesn't die on this stage. So, keep doing you, keep being you. You're great. Do not change for absolutely nobody, okay? I love you. That's it. Okay.
Hey, y'all. Hey, get over here. All right, that's it. No speech. All right.
Turn around.
Oh, yeah, actor position. I am very sad to see you go along with all the great people on the stage here today, but you have been an amazing friend and teammate for so long, and I never want to lose that friendship. You have stuck with me, and have dealt with my crazy ideas and inside jokes that make no sense, including the fact our last brain cells somehow sync up. We have known each other for a little time, but it has felt like a millennium with all the great times we have had together. I hope your journey along your yellow brick road brings you to an emerald castle of hope and happiness, surrounded by the friends you make along the way. Fare thee well, my dear friend.
Then, fortunately, we do have one last person, but I don't think she'll be graduating this year. Miss Wills, can you come up here for a second, please? Why would you joke about that?
I would leave too.
So nobody else would write a speech for you. I didn't want to take 3 people, but you know, I think everyone may be just a little bit too scared of your demeanor or something. But I know you're all bark and no bite. Please don't throw a shoe at me.
Vicious, furious,
It's because short people are scary, you know? That being said, Ms. Wills, thank you so much for being such an amazing theater teacher and just being such... Thank you for putting up with our crap, man. I don't know how else to put it in any nicer way, because sometimes we get a little bit funky, Eric.
Why don't we talk about you for a second?
Quit interrupting me. Anyways, so Ms. Wills, I am so very much looking forward to the next 2 years with you, and... Do you see what she does to me? Thank you. Thank you so much for being such an amazing theater teacher, and you will always be my favorite teacher of all time. Yeah, that's true, that's true. And that concludes our senior flowers, so thank you everybody for staying.